Worldwide, it's estimated that more than 15 million children have been orphaned as a result of AIDS. In 2005, Uganda had over 2 million orphans. Half of those were the victims of HIV. As a result, Uganda has one of the lowest life expectancies in the world, leaving half of the population below the age of 16. Following the HELP International model, the HELP 2016 partnered with local organizations to assess and meet some of the needs of the children of Uganda. Many students in Uganda struggle to pass the proficiency tests to qualify for high school. This was especially true for the students of Johnson Nkosi and Crane Preparatory Schools, both schools that cater to orphans and victims of AIDS. The main obstacle keeping the students from passing is their reading comprehension and writing ability, both in English, a second language to these children. With the help of the local education experts, the HELP team developed a program to address these problems. To help the P7 students prepare for the test, the students broke into groups of 10 and read James and the Giant Peach, their first chapter book, aloud. As they read, teachers helped them with their pronunciation and highlighted vocabulary words. Each day after reading, the students answered an open-ended question based on the day's reading. Over 200 students participated in the program, and by the end of the summer, everyone, students, teachers, and the HELP team, could notice the difference. Another problem facing the schools is simply feeding such an overwhelming number of students with so little money and staff. Traditionally, meals are cooked on open fires, which cook slowly, wastes wood, and creates a horrible amount of smoke, harmful to the children and the cooks alike. The HELP team helped the schools to build new stoves that would be healthier and more effective. It required a lot of mud, a lot of children, and turned out to be a lot of fun.
Reveal yourself, reveal yourself, reveal yourself, Almighty. Reveal yourself, reveal yourself, reveal from her. Reveal yourself, Almighty. Reveal yourself, reveal yourself, reveal from her. Reveal yourself, Almighty. Reveal yourself. The sun rise and set forever, Almighty. Reveal yourself. The sun rise and set forever, Almighty. Reveal yourself.
The finished stove was a miracle, to quote the headmaster of Crane Preparatory. Not only did it provide a smoke-free cooking environment, but it cooked twice as fast and used half as much wood.
Because we are directing to you forever, Almighty.
It worked so well, we built another stove at the Johnson Nkosi School. The administration formed a special class to take part in the construction and to learn the science behind the improved stove.
Because we are directing to you forever, Almighty. Because we are directing to you forever, Almighty. Reveal yourself, Almighty. Reveal yourself, Almighty. Because we are directing to you forever, Almighty. Because we are directing to you.
Because of the sheer number of orphans, it's difficult for most to make it into schools. Cornerstone is a group that takes in orphans and places them in schools. Cornerstone uses art and recreation therapy to help the kids adjust from their life on the street.
Reveal yourself, reveal yourself, reveal from her.
The HELP team, in conjunction with Cornerstone, organized a mural for the kids to paint that represented what Cornerstone is all about. This is Silva. Even though one of his hands is mangled, Silva wants to be a painter when he grows up. Maybe if I am skilled with my good hand, I can get some money, Silva said.
Homeless, homeless, the moonlight sleeping on a midnight.
Claves is a women's organization formed by Margaret Sinyonjo. With over 400 members, Claves focuses on empowering and improving the lives of women. In addition to helping women, Claves also cares for a large number of orphans.
And we are homeless, homeless, homeless.
HELP volunteers teamed up with the women of Claves in completing one of the 2 buildings that make up the orphanage. The HELP volunteers spent time training the leaders of Claves on how to build smaller adobe stoves. Good thing they have lots of children who like to play in the mud.
Strong wind, destroy our bones. Many dead tonight.
In between projects, HELP volunteers stayed busy in a number of different ways. Twice a week, volunteers taught a class on how students could use the internet more effectively. One afternoon, the HELP volunteers decided to put seats on many of the stools at Mukono Town Academy. Over 40 stools were fixed, putting a smile on the faces of the students.
We're homeless, we're moonlight sleeping on a midnight.
The HELP team also conducted a research project on the financial habits of rural and urban micro-entrepreneurs.
Somebody say, somebody cries.
This woman dropped out of school in the 3rd grade, but has managed to establish a successful bakery and employs 20 people.
Somebody say,
This man used his loan to take care of his family until he managed to sell the bricks he was making. These women used 3 loans from 3 different banks for their business making liquor. This woman is making a beer from a goat's face. Northern Uganda is home to many Sudanese refugees displaced by civil war. HELP volunteers visited a refugee camp in Lira and spent time with the children from this war-torn area.
somebody say, hello, hello, hello. Somebody say, somebody cries, why? Somebody say, somebody say.
Richard and Ruth run an orphanage in Uganda, one of the country's poorest areas. Between the 2 of them, they've taken in almost 40 orphans, most of the children being under the age of 7. The orphanage makes money by selling small necklaces that they make out of paper beads. The HELP volunteers taught craft classes and gave the orphanage other beads to use with their paper ones. But many of the orphans in Uganda don't sleep in orphanages but rather in fields, like this one. Many of the children are addicted to huffing glue and paint thinner, but others, like these girls, aren't addicts, only victims of forces beyond their control.
We are homeless, we're moonlight sleeping on a midnight, and we are homeless.
Most are forced on the street when one of their parents remarries and the new spouse doesn't want to care for them.
And we are homeless, 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 homeless.
So they're beaten till they leave and threatened with death if they ever return home. With more support, orphanages like Richard and Ruth can be better equipped to care for the 2 million orphans that are dependent on the rest of Uganda's population. Just $1 can go a long way in Uganda. Just $1 equals 3 meals to one of Richard's kids. The summer of 2006 really opened the eyes of the Uganda Help Team. It opened their eyes to the needs of the world's impoverished. It opened their eyes, making them more grateful for all they had. And lastly, it opened their eyes to the incredible difference just one person can make if they choose to.
Fuga